All right, was hoping I would beat the rain, but obviously did not. Really quick, for those that have asked, I should have totally been doing this YouTube thing as I was putting all this junk together and called it something like off the grid for the non-prepper or for the average Joe. Since I'm definitely not a prepper, Rambo, or anything close to it. But anyway, some people were just asking in general, hey, where is things? We see a garden, we see a cellar. Where is this from each other? Is it a long ways off? Well, obviously not really. Here's the metal building, basically, that we got for free, Robert and I. And he gave me one, and I helped him cut it. And it's funny, people are like, oh, you're so precise. No, not really. This door, I think I measured it like 4 or 5 times, kept getting it wrong. Then finally just thickened it, put insulation in it, caulked it, and hopefully it'll hold. Again, live and learn. We've got the temperature thing taken care of. It doesn't get below about 40. But on the flip side, the humidity is a little tight. So again, playing it as we come, or as we go. That was the original building. Outdoor shower behind it, kind of threw together sloppily. That little metal building there was an absolute waste. Again, live and learn. The little 2-story building here was the first one right before Gina and I moved to the Big Apple, New York City for work. And I don't even know why I got it. It was on clearance, and I thought, you know what, this would be cool. So this is kind of what it started out as. Again, because people keep asking, what's that little building? And again, we've got the solar also hooked up to this. Dad and I was able to wire it and everything. And then Gina said, hey, while you're at it, oh, I should shut that off. Again, moving a lot of crap around. I need to clean a lot of this up, but Gina wanted me to relocate some of the tons of books I had. And then also for those people that were asking, hey, what happened to all that art you had at Reverie? Well, what didn't sell or was donated pretty much got relocated here. So it is kind of funny to have an actual Renaissance and Baroque piece out here in the middle of nowhere. But, and again, got to clean all this up. That's upstairs, a little bit messy. Got a desk and a few other things, but nothing fancy. The pergola that Robert and I built, propane fire pit. Again, the cement, if you look at it, you're like, man, that was a crappy job. Well, Robert and I did it, and it started to dry on us before we could get it completely done. One nice thing is the little solar lights, they actually work pretty good that are hanging out. You can't really tell now. Really quick, if we're getting more drenched. There's 2 of the panels, there's 4. There's the wind turbine. The water will walk back around. Again, in here, basically have the propane bottle that's feeding the inside. Oh, let's just take a look. So again, people keep thinking, oh, I forgot to close the stove door. And again, we kind of wired this. Those lights honestly are a little too bright. So I usually just use the lamps, plus they use a lot less. So there's the propane. Again, all this stuff was just, this was my and Gina's first dining room table. It was just sitting in the garage. A lot of IKEA stuff. This bar my grandpa made, and for my parents, like when they first had built their house forever ago, and it was just sitting in the barn. So I just said, hey, if you're not using that, can I have it? My granny was getting rid of a chair. I said, hey, I'll take it. So it's not like I went and bought a bunch of stuff. This was just stuff repurposed, you might say. Oh, forgot to turn that off. Whoop, let me shut this. Those fans are actually awesome. The fact that they work just by heat. So if they get hot, they turn, they help circulate a lot of the air. So again, if you've got every light in the house on, and again, all the rooms are pretty much the same, nothing fancy. This is my room, and again, we had a Ben-Hur theme once at one of the art deals, so I just repurposed it. My nephews helped me put some of these together, again, with stuff that we have just had. It's not like bought a lot of this. Friends and I was gonna go on this sideways trip this summer. Hopefully we'll go again, but kind of fell through. So my nephews are like, is this the drunk room? And I'm like, no, this is just the winery / relaxed room. Nephews put this one together, the warrior room. Apparently had enough themes to halfway put something together. Again, one outlet. Oh yeah, trust the government. And what's this one? Oh, this one's again, this was all the art. The abstract art we had at Reverie. Whoop, excuse me, sir. Got Morpheus, the cat. That was actually made, that was one of the originals from Val Kilmer. Wake up, Neo. That's what I tell myself every morning. See? Oh, wake up, Neo. Dead Poets Society, The Matrix Has You. Who's that? And always get asked about the bathroom facilities. Honestly, not that bad. These use too much power, to be honest, but if you just want to knock out the wrinkles, it works pretty good. And then hand washing clothes is not that bad. And then there's the toilet everybody gets so worried about. Whoops. I'm like, composting is not that bad, trust me. Again, most of the shower is outside. Whoops. Come on. But again, not the end of the world if you have to use, whoop. An inside one, you can easily heat the water. Not that big of a deal. And the composting, like I said on YouTube, if you smell anything, you've done something wrong. That is a fact. Oh, this room still needs some work. Usually, unless I'm just heating something, I can heat it on the stove, but burners back here. 2 refrigerators, eco-friendly, so they can get things to freezing, but they don't use much power. Here's the battery system. I've got everything, every light on, the TV, the DVD, everything, and I'm only using barely 200 watts. But you can't use stuff like all the time. Washing dishes. Again, not that bad. Just a little rechargeable water tank. And whoops. Oh. And I started draining some of these for winter. Just because I don't want them to freeze. Okay, good. It's pretty much empty. But yeah, I mean, it has a pretty decent filtration actually into the gutters. Then it goes here, has another filtration set up here, and then just treat the water itself, and you're pretty much done. So that is kind of it in a nutshell. So anyway, the whole point is not to say, hey, look at me. No, it's 100% not it. It's mostly to say, live and learn. If I can do this watching a few YouTube videos, then anyone can. And secondly, I mean, this entire thing was like 35 grand. So, I mean, it's not like, you know, I mean, an average house now is like 250, 300,000 on a 8% interest. So I would save yourself some sanity, but that's it. You need to shut the door.